The Imperial War Chamber buzzed with nervous energy. Thousands of delegates from across the galaxy watched the central dais, where enormous holograms of Xyrathian battleships floated overhead. These ships, draped in the crimson banners of the Empire, represented the largest military power known to the stars. Their emperor, clad in polished obsidian armor, rose from his throne. His voice thundered through the hall. Today, we declare total war upon Earth. Their insolence, their relentless expansion, their refusal to kneel, this ends now. A wave of gasps and metallic hisses rippled through the chamber. Many species trembled, a few cheered, others simply hid their faces in fear. But at the far edge of the chamber, sitting alone at a small, unassuming table, was humanity's envoy. Just one man. He wore a simple navy suit. His tie was slightly crooked, and a worn messenger bag sat at his feet. He didn't stand up. He didn't even flinch. He didn't so much as look at the Emperor. Instead, he unfolded a newspaper. The mere sight of the paper caused an uproar. Physical print was ancient technology. Most species had forgotten it even existed. The Emperor narrowed his 4 glowing eyes. "Human, did you hear me? The Empire declares war." The human casually flipped a page, completely ignoring him, and muttered to himself, "Huh, stock market's down again." The chamber fell utterly silent. This wasn't courage. It wasn't arrogance. It was something far more unsettling. It was human indifference. The Emperor slammed his fist on the dais. "You dare ignore the Empire's decree?" Finally, the human looked up, blinking as if he'd just woken from a nap. "These," he said calmly, "are every civilization that owes humanity a favor." He flicked the tablet again, the hologram shifted, and a new, much longer list appeared. "These are the species that depend on human trade." Another flick. "These are the species protected by human medical breakthroughs." Flick. "These are the ones who rely on human star charts to navigate safely." With each flick, the list grew longer, expanding like a spiderweb of alliances and unspoken debts. "And finally," he said, tapping one last time, "these are the governments we've saved from extinction." The entire chamber was now filled with thousands of glowing names. Species the Empire had dismissed as irrelevant. Minor worlds, lost colonies. The Emperor's face went pale as he recognized several civilizations his empire had supposedly wiped out centuries ago. The human tapped his newspaper. "We don't brag about it. We don't threaten anyone. We don't parade our fleets around the galaxy," he shrugged. "We just help people. That's what we do." The Emperor clenched his jaw. "You expect me to believe these weaklings would stand against the Empire?" "Not stand," the human corrected him. "Rush." He began to pace casually. "You see, Emperor, humanity has a reputation. When somebody threatens us, all those little worlds," he pointed to the massive hologram, "they panic, because if Earth falls there's nobody left to keep you in check." The Emperor scoffed. "Even united, they are no match for us." "Oh," the envoy said lightly, a small smile tugging at his lips. "That wasn't a list of our allies. That was a list of the people who will show up without us even asking." The chamber froze. "If Earth ever truly goes to war," the human continued, "the galaxy will scramble to defend the species that defended them first. Which is why your declaration doesn't really mean much." The Emperor swallowed hard. "You think we fear your charity?" "No," the human said. "I think you fear our casualness." He held up the newspaper. "I brought this ancient, outdated thing for a reason." He pointed to the headline, "Earth votes on budget increase for interstellar disaster relief." The Emperor looked confused. "Disaster relief?" "Yep," the human said, sitting back down. "Funny thing, every time someone declares war on us, our disaster relief fleets accidentally arrive first. Strange pattern, really." Delegates who understood humanity's reputation shuddered. Humans didn't come with threats. They came with solutions so overwhelming, the enemy usually surrendered before the battle even began. The Emperor stepped back. You deceived this chamber. Your species cannot possess such reach. Oh, sure we can. The human smiled warmly, because unlike empires, humanity doesn't need control, we just need friends. All the holographic lists then fused into one massive map, connecting every highlighted world back to Earth, a lattice of loyalty built over centuries. The Emperor's voice finally cracked. What are you saying? The Envoy adjusted his tie, his tone suddenly serious. I'm saying your declaration of war doesn't scare us, it scares everyone else. Silence fell. And then, hundreds of delegates stood. One by one, worlds began announcing sanctions, condemnations, and emergency defense pacts against the Empire. Not because humanity asked them to, but because they were terrified of a galaxy without it. The human picked up his messenger bag. That's my cue. I've got a meeting in an hour. He waved casually as he walked out of the war chamber. Good luck with your war, Emperor. Let me know how it goes. The doors slid shut behind him, leaving the Emperor to stare at the chaos erupting across his own chamber, as planets he once ruled now openly rebelled, all because a human shrugged and read a newspaper. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more.